Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Um, this is another week in October. It's a wonderful, crisp day. For those of you who don't know me, designers and creative change agents out there, I'm Angela Ye, and I'm the founder of Ye Ideology, uh, design recruitment and talent strategies for employers as well as talent, as well as founding the Thrive by Design Masterclass program, for creative change agents and design professionals to evolve their career. You know, in more than 20 years of being in this design industry and meeting people from all facets of this industry, what we notice time and time again is many of you offer and deliver such incredible results, impact, success, solving problems, building solutions, creating amazing um, innovative products and solutions, whether it's physical, digital, system services, unlocking and recognizing some of the most unwieldy, complex problems. And so many of you have employers, clients that gain such insane results from you. I was just talking to another client of mine when we unpacked what she's done. She's brought them 56 million. It's been 7 years of results and immediate results from day one. And even today, 7 years later, they're netting $56 million out of what she had begun and established for them. I mean, this is just think about the long tail of success of what so many of you guys do this. And actually, a lot of design professionals, I'm quoting such high numbers. I know a lot of people are wondering, well, do I do that? And actually, a lot of design professionals, you actually deliver a lot more results, more, different types of compounded results of success for employers and clients that you're not even aware of. Like, you're giving it away for free. Um, and that's something else I want to talk about in a follow-up session about learning how not to give this stuff away for free. Um, well, I wanted to talk about today and start unpacking the different types of people that we work with. So, and by the way, Thrive by Design, this is our mission for all of the people that I've met at all levels. We're not talking about just VP, executive, director, management, global design, leaders, but even at that manager and senior designer level, even at staff level. I've worked with people who are in their 30s that are wondering, I've been in this industry 10 years. What's happening? Am I even meant to stay here or go? And to me, it, there's so much that so many of you give away out of sheer compassion and drive to just solve these problems. And a lot of those results that you're giving to others, the expertise that you're giving, that's not necessarily coming back and evolving your career. So, this is my mission, sitting in the space between design and business and sitting in that space between employer or clients and you. In fact, this construct becomes more like this when you understand it. But we sit in that space between these conversations so we understand the struggles and the challenges that creative professionals have in landing your ideal opportunity. And so this is our mission. And through Thrive by Design, our masterclass program, we get to empower design professionals and creative change agents to really own their career path in order to thrive in their careers. So today, I wanted to talk about there's different types of talent archetypes that we tend to, that over the years of doing this, I've been doing it for 15 years on and off privately in our masterclass program very intensely for the last 5 years. And the types of individuals that are coming to us, there's different talent archetypes. And I want to talk about one at a time each week to unpack the different types of, you know, moments that we meet people in their career. And the one title, and I hate to say this, but this is what it's a common phrase that a lot of people understand. So, the lifer, when I think about employers, hiring managers, HR, the people that I work with, there's in all of my years of recruitment, there's certain profiles and backgrounds that employers, hiring managers, and recruiters, or even clients, when they're even looking at outside agencies, certain types of profiles that they just don't get, can't wrap their head around, can't understand the value of it. And one very common one is lifers. Now, lifers, someone who's been a loyalist, someone who's been at a company for a really long time, someone who has evolved throughout the years to support a company. And don't get me wrong, this is interesting and ironic because I have watched and worked with companies over the years, and I'm going to tell you, yes, companies have to build a team, build it and grow it. And then sometimes they have to cut down to see who are the few people that they are worth keeping, and then grow that team again and evolve the process. I mean, there's a sometimes or intentional and sometimes organic process to this. But there are people, very few, because actually most creative professionals jump around a lot. I don't know how many times we have to explain this story to HR when they've never really recruited in the space of design, strategy, innovation before. But there are a select few of you who've been so amazing, understood your company, understood the brand so well that you migrated, evolved, promoted continuously to higher levels to support the company. And that to me is an incredible, insane testament to your expertise. For any of you who are, on the one hand, HR, sometimes I once had an HR person saying, well, this person's a lifer. And this person, I remember HR saying to me, well, I'm frustrated that a lot of people in design don't have X many enough years in this industry, but here's someone who has too many that I don't know what to do with. There are challenges there. Absolutely, there are challenges there, in the perception of how to be seen. Let's just go to the top basics of it. True enough, to this, in fact, this one conversation that I had with this one individual, this HR talent acquisition individual, a lot of people struggle and say, well, this person's been at one company. They've only designed, developed strategic solutions around this one company, one product, one industry, for X amount of years. I mean, and by the way, this is one type of archetype that I've worked with for several years now. People who've been in a company, not just 10, 15, 20, 25 years at one company and brought insane results. And, it's crazy because when we sit down and we do that full assessment and we dig into that history, that's amazing, the amount of value and results that you give. If you are a lifer, someone here is listening and you have been at a company a long time, that, it's ironic that you're probably bringing so much value that no matter how many times the company's downsizing, right sizing is the PC term for it, right? Sustainability is another PC term for this, by the way. How you're being kept while other people are being let go. And I've heard different, stories around this where some people say, I have got the golden handcuff. I'm like I'm the one that they kept, and they've let go 5 positions and it's now me, or 3 positions and it's now me, right? It happens so many times. The crazy thing is, for you to be chosen repeatedly to evolve within this company, this is an incredible value to the company that you've worked for. It shows how much more you understood the company and could evolve with the company as the company's evolving and their challenges, their initiatives. On the other hand, when you're this good and this successful and you've had the opportunity to grow and evolve at one place, you know, on the one hand, you're not practiced as much as others in that highly charged, like really intense, packed moment of interviewing. Forget just interviewing, the phases of transitioning from one job to another, all those networking, discovery calls, interviewing, designing your resume, your portfolio to look a certain way, right? There's a lot to master. And when someone has been out of practice for a really long time, there's a lot to look at to say, when you're finally ready to leave the company that you're at after years and years of bringing so much value to the company that you've been working for, how do you strike out? How do you know? Like when you open that door to opportunity, I don't know. Someone had said to me once, I opened that door to opportunity and it looked like I was looking into a hall of mirrors, and every door opening up to yet another hall of mirrors of options and options and options of so many myriads of choices that person who shared that story to me once said, I just close that door, maybe do a couple of casual reach outs, and then I go back to doing my work. But the thing here is, if for some reason you've been prompted to open that door of opportunity, chances are there's stuff that's egging at you, telling you that it's time to start researching and thinking about what's out there, what else out of all those options out there, what's viable for you, right? I mean, there are so many opportunities out there, but which one is worthy for you to land it? That is the challenge that we see a lot of professionals have when someone actually, and not just those that, I think you have an even higher challenge when you've been in one place to then move and evolve somewhere else, because it's not just when you're opening that door, it's like, am I in the same industry? Am I, just a different company? Or am I shifting to a different big corporation to startup to consulting to, different expertise? Where am I in my career? There's a lot of that soul searching that you're going to want to do to really understand what's worth pursuing. And that process of pursuing is so layered and layered, right? And multifold. By the way, challenges here are the same for anyone. By the way, even if for those of you who are successful, maybe you've jumped around in different companies and different opportunities, but maybe for those of you who have jumped around but never had to look for a job, if you have in the past said that I've never had to look for a job, I've always had people find me, companies found me, and now, which often happens to be when you get to a certain point in leadership, now it's harder. People aren't finding me as much. I can't just open it up with the conversation. um, People aren't offering me opportunities and reaching out to me, finding me. I find that I have to reach out and find them, and I'm out of practice. So both for lifers and for those that have been incredibly successful, no matter where you've gone, whether you've stayed at one company or moved around, if you have had opportunity chase you down, but now you don't, chances are there's a lot that you are, not as skilled at, not as practiced at in landing, not just landing, but I recognizing how to frame yourself, how to position yourself, even recognizing further back, what kind of opportunity do you even want to shoot for? Okay. So, so much of the work that I do is confidential, depending on who I'm working with and what we're doing. Though in those Thriver sessions, it's very, very confidential, and people have, signed these agreements so we can help and collaborate for them to help each other and collaborate. But I love, in fact, to this topic today, we have someone who has brought literally millions to the companies that he's worked for. This person has been in a beautiful space, highly recognized. Most of you would know these companies, absolutely. This person rose very, very high in design leadership, VP of design, and trying to pivot out of massive corporations to smaller scale companies. There's so many out there, so many opportunities that claim to be amazing. Equity, oh my gosh, just unpacking that. And, you know, at that leadership level, there's a lot that you have to orchestrate. You need to, and there's a lot you need to know if the company you're working with is worthy of this, all that you're going to orchestrate and pull together. And for this person, there were so many choices, but also not knowing which one would really, after 1, 2 years, partway through, realizing, is the company ready for this? So part of this process is learning to really understand what matters to you for you to execute what you're gifted at. All right. And so what we're really lucky about is this individual just landed an amazing opportunity. Um, this opportunity was actually listed incorrectly. And walking through using our proven method to suss out the opportunity, was able to open up a much broader, grander scale opportunity that was meaty enough for the caliber of his expertise. And this person has landed in that role, and we're very excited. It's amazing. And I think he did this in 3 months. It wasn't even a very long time. So, and actually, previous to that, had been looking on and off, having great deep conversations, because this person was very well connected. But still, even with all of that, not knowing how to own those conversations to make sure that it was right for him. And so moving through this, really being able to dial in what's right for you. All right. Think of it this way. I mean, how many of you, if you are successful and you've been in this industry for some time now, think of your past initiatives. Think of your most meaty project. Think about the company that you worked with. How big was their design team? They did or didn't have a design team. Even if they did, right? They have their own design team, but they couldn't do that. They couldn't execute that initiative without you, even when they had so much capability, right? So, what is it that you did to help them? And there's something about helping someone see and move them through their challenge. This is actually this construct of this relationship is actually something very human. Um, you know, there is a reason why there are aphorisms like the plumber's house is always leaky, the cobbler's children have no shoes. Most of us have a wide range of abilities and expertise that we can give to someone else and apply and put and move someone else through. But there's stuff that we cannot turn that ability and turn it around on us. There's so much to this that this is why, I have to say, like, in all of my years of coaching, I started to realize that a lot of people in leadership eh, I mean, like, for instance, one of those common comments that almost most design leaders and design professionals tell me is that while the design industry is so collaborative in its process, evaluating and building your career path is one of the most isolating, um, challenging topics to talk about. It's probably the most lonely thing to be. Some people have said to me it's really lonely to being a design professional or creative change agent, because when you're out there, you can't really talk about how you're moving through and finding that next place, right? You can't really talk about your own quandaries and what you're moving through of how to figure that out. And that's exactly, what I love about what we've built in our Thrive by Design program, where these confidential conversations, people get to work in a very safe space with other leaders and professionals who are evolving their own career and evaluating to identify their best opportunities. So this is what's so beautiful about this process. Um, been rambling, been talking about a couple of different things. Not sure if this means anything to you, or if just what I've been talking about for lifers and those that have been highly successful in, for a while, right? If those challenges affect you, if those challenges are similar to what you're noticing, all right? When it comes to evolving and advancing and helping people sustain their career in design, no one has gotten as no one gets as deep and granular as we do. And if you're going to want to really land your best beautiful opportunity where you're growing, not only giving value, but you're growing and evolving, and you're making more money doing what you deserve to be doing, what you are worth, then this is what we do. And if you're interested in finding that support now, rather than take another several years and be able to do this within months, then you're more than welcome to check out our program. You can always go to thrivebydesign.today and check out, I was going to say, there's a new link. No, but that's our link now. Sorry, we've been updating the links. Thrivebydesign.today. And let's help you land that next opportunity before 2023. Right? Instead of taking years to figure out one thing at a time, let's help you understand how all these compounded issues affect you and how you learn to see these situations, how to assess them the right way, how to identify opportunity, how to qualify it, and how to land it, landing it, earning what you deserve. All right. Next week, I'm going to talk about a different talent archetype that we tend to work with. And the next one will be senior designers, one of those common ceilings, one of the first most common ceilings that creative professionals face. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.